Have you ever stopped to think that Hypixel housing has a story? Well, no, you probably haven't. But oh, that's where you're wrong. I was once a foolish mind like you, but after some digging, I came across the deepest lore. And after this video, you will too learn about the hidden lore of Hypixel housing! So this housing of ours, why is it called that? I mean, it's because we make houses, but why do we make houses? The simple answer would be because it's a stylistic choice by Hypixel. But we're not looking for simple answers. The definition of a house is a building in which people meet for a particular activity. Wait a minute. Ignoring the building part, it actually sounds like what houses are in Hypixel housing. Perhaps these worlds we make are in fact giant buildings. I mean, how come we can easily change the environment like the sky and background, but not go beyond it? This can only mean one thing. Houses are simulations. That's right. The sky is our roof. The void is our ground. Okay, but then who is the carpenter? From the surface, it seems like a basic NPC. It has some of the essential features that your housing menu has. It can be moved and removed, which wasn't possible for a long time. Interestingly, when you first create a house, the only two NPCs that you cannot necessarily change and do not take up the NPC limits count are the Carpenter and the main lobby NPC, which seems to only be removed when you change the theme of the house. Actually, just to be certain, let's see what happens when you remove the Carpenter NPC. Hold on, did you notice that? I'll be back? What do you mean you'll be back? The owner is the only being that can do such a thing. The NPC must be referring to the existence of carpenters located in other houses. So it's self-aware, or at least it knows that it isn't fully gone. Alright, now I'm curious. There's no way it would say something different if you removed it again, right? You were my favorite friend. You know what? Let me try doing this a couple more times to see all the lines.
A few moments later.
After removing this NPC like 20 times, I think I've seen all the possible outcomes. Here, I've laid them all out. Let's find the connection between them. It names us a friend 2 times. We are its favorite, apparently, and it's safe to assume it has no other friends. It tells us where it goes 2 times. Linking these two would suggest the Carpenter's vacation is visiting Jerry, which is quite an important NPC from Skyblock. It gives a sad reaction 3 times, so it can feel empathy towards us. It is written in italic 2 times. Changing how the text looks. Interesting. And only once is it written in bold, signifying the most important message. Well, I guess there's one last message I haven't shown. This one is pretty different once again, although I did get it from clicking the Carpenter while being in someone else's house. This concludes that the Carpenter can in fact change its own text format. Also, don't you dare comment about that like the tutorial text it gives when you first make a house. It's outdated and doesn't add on to anything, alright? Okay, where was I again? Yes. So after all this in-game stuff I found, I started digging through the Hypixel website just to see if anyone else had been looking for lore like I was. And what I found changed my whole perspective on this thing. It has an official NPC profile. No other NPC has as many privileges as the Carpenter. The first post is this.
Are you as excited as I am? Edit. So any questions for me? They've sworn me to secrecy about what they have me working on, but you can ask me anything you want about who I am and such. Post any questions you have for me on my profile.
Let's investigate some of these responses.
Later.
Alright, after some analyzing, here's what I've found. From now on, I will call the carpenter he, instead of always using it. The most common response given to us is about his name and what he does. He builds things. What are these things? Well, it's themes, of course, but also strangely, he contradicts himself by saying that he only helps others build. I think the blueprints are what he uses to automatically paste builds for housing themes. Okay, here's another thing. He states that he's only a few weeks old, yet he can read, write, count, and even went to engineering school.
Here's a selfie with one of my hot air balloons. I love to fly around and take people from lobbies to their houses. It's really fun and liberating to fly around and see what everyone is building.
He's the one that flies us around from lobbies to houses. He's been named a carpenter since birth and works for his boss, who, even though keeps their name a secret, is obviously Simon Hypixel, which is also the skin used by the main lobby NPC. Anyways, before we continue, let's address the elephant in the room. Who is the carpenter? Really? No, hold on. It's not about who it is, it's about what it is. What is the carpenter? It can't be human because of its capabilities at such an early age. It can't be a player since it's clearly not shaped like one. But it is also not just an NPC. How come it is able to communicate with the real world? Not just by responding to you, but also by using the internet to learn about its own existence. It can identify what NPC means, but it does not believe to be such a thing. Never mind. Perhaps some things are best left unanswered. Psych! The carpenter is a brainwashed slave living in the Hypixel headquarters. Wait, do they even have headquarters? Welp, there's that. Hold on. I think I forgot one more important message.
Hello, cousin. How's the job?
The Delivery Man! The Delivery Man is an NPC found in every lobby. It is responsible for giving us mystery dust, which, by the way, is used to upgrade your housing plot and craft new themes. Seeing as he is Carpenter's cousin who delivers and whatnot, I believe they are also the one responsible for all the items we have in housing, especially the mailbox. And now, I'd like to grab your attention towards one very tasteful item that affects housing's consumers and creators as a whole. The cookie item, our most precious way of rating a house. And yet, at the same time, the most flawed. Where does it come from? If we were to assume that a delivery man gives an infinite supply of items to the owner, well, the cookie item is something that carries over when visiting other houses. This is the only item that is persistent per visit and can be used up. As you may already know, cookies reset each week on Sunday. Sunday, huh? And when do postmen deliver in real life? Monday through Saturday, missing the only day on which housing cookies are delivered. So it can't be the delivery man. If not him, then who? The carpenter? He states he isn't a very good cook or baker. It can't be him, but he's the one that travels with us between houses. What if he only carries the cookies but isn't the maker of them? Okay, then who is? How could the carpenter get these cookies if he is bound to housing? Or is he? You see, when we remove the carpenter, one of their lines is, I'm going to visit Jerry! And where is Jerry, you might ask? Skyblock. Skyblock, the most popular game in Hypixel, is also the most similar to housing. Let's list the connections, shall we? You have your own private island in which you can build, place NPCs, leaderboards, parkour blocks, the teleport pad, and egg hunt block, as well as manage this island by adding ranks, which are equivalent to housing groups. You can give these ranks to guests or be one yourself by visiting other islands. You can change the name of your island, add tags, change the weather, time, and biome, and gain flight from the powers of a special cookie, the Booster Cookie. The Booster Cookie is one of the most magical and powerful items in Skyblock, like said before, giving permafly on private islands. So perhaps this is the same power we gain when creating a house. It is likely that these are the same cookies as in housing, but that doesn't answer who creates the cookies. Well, what if we create the cookies? Now, think about it. We are the most determined beings in these worlds, and we're the ones that manually spend years grinding our asses. Therefore, I believe cookies are the very essence of our determination. Or they're just made in the chocolate factory. To further prove why the Carpenter is responsible for giving us cookies, it seems that an air balloon, just like the Carpenter said, is used when visiting other islands. So each week, the Carpenter goes to Skyblock to get cookies and then goes back to housing. Which means Skyblock and housing coexist in the same universe. Also, it's weird how Skyblock's placeable NPCs have some NPC skins that housing doesn't, but housing has what I presume are all Skyblock NPC skins plus custom ones. If they aren't happening in the same time frame, then maybe Skyblock is the future of housing. Skyblock is a house ahead of its time. Could it be that housing will get to such a complex state that even recreating Skyblock will be accurately possible? Who knows? After all, I am just a random guy on the internet. Alright, let's recap. Houses are simulations. The Carpenter is a trapped human living through the mask of an NPC, who travels between Skyblock and housing to give us cookies. He is the builder of housing themes. And his cousin, the Delivery Man, is responsible for delivering the mailbox and all sorts of housing items. But hey, that's just a theory, a game theory. Thanks for watching. Wait, why does the Carpenter have the exact same eye color as Steve?